Hello everyone, welcome back to the boudoir, and today we're going to be talking about Disenchanted. So in the comment section of my trailer reaction for that movie, and also just in a lot of comment sections about this movie, there are a lot of questions about the plot of the film. A lot of people suggesting to me and other YouTubers what they think is gonna be going on in this movie, and it turns out a lot of people have a lot of different ideas, and I just want to add my 2 cents in there, or 2 pence, since we're in the UK. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using my knowledge of film and tropes to try and mishmash together a plot that we think is going to be happening. Now, possible spoilers, obviously nothing confirmed, but in the chance that I do get something right, it could technically be a spoiler, so just be warned on that. And I also wanted to make this video because I'm going to react to this movie when it comes out, and I just want to be able to look back on this video and see how much I got right. So let's get into it. Right, so the trailer is formatted in a similar way to most modern trailers, where we have a lot of footage from the first act, a lot of laying foundations and showing us a lot of the beginning, and then as we get further into the trailer, it just kind of becomes a mishmash of different shots and pieces from the second and third act, which I'm not complaining about. It's effective, it works, and that's just how it's done. It's kind of like being short-sighted. It's like the further away everything gets, the further along everything gets, the blurrier it gets. And I mean, it's good, but it leaves things hazy for when I'm trying to guess what's going to be happening. But I do think I have a good idea. So in the beginning, we have Giselle moving out of New York with Robert and Morgan, and they're moving off to a countryside, a little town. Well, not a countryside. We're moving out to a little town called Monroeville. Now, we do meet a character called Malvina Monroe, and it is obvious that she is going to be some kind of antagonist in this story. But what a lot of people got shocked by was how when they showed the shot of her when she's like in this very evil queen kind of outfit, and we will get to that in a minute. I do have some theories about what's going to be going on there. But yeah, so she moves into Monroeville, and a lot of things are going wrong, and it looks like Edward brings back from Andalasia, he brings back a magic wand, I guess as a gift, like a housewarming gift, I don't know. But she then uses that to wish for her fairy tale life back. And as we see, this spell turns Monroeville into Andalasia, basically. And this is where the main theory kicks in, is that I do think this film is going to take heavy riffs from WandaVision. If you don't know what WandaVision is, it was the first MCU Disney Plus series where Scarlet Witch put a spell on an entire town to kind of turn it into this suburbia sitcom world, and every episode it would like move forward through the decades and all of that. But the main thing I'm focusing on is the spell that puts everyone in the town in a trance, and nobody realizes it, and everybody in the town is affected, and this entire town is transformed. It looks like this is what's gonna happen in Enchanted, but instead of being a suburbia sitcom world, it becomes a fairy tale world. We see a shot where she is dancing with people who I'm going to assume are the people who live in Monroeville, who are now under this magical kingdom spell. And that's when I go back to Malvina. It looks like she has been affected by the spell as well. And what this spell seems to do is it fits people into their fairy tale like role. it fits people into what their role would be based on their personality, what their role would be in a fairy tale. So all of the civilians in the town all become, like, I guess, peasants. And we see Giselle, which is one thing that a lot of people are mentioning. We see Giselle, because she is Morgan's stepmother, fitting into this wicked stepmother kind of trope. And a trope is a very big word for Enchanted, because that's what the first film was about. The first film was always about fairy tale tropes, and it looks like that's what's going to happen in this movie, is the spell is going to fit people into their tropes that suit them the most, basically. And so that's when we get to Malvina. I'm not sure whether she is the mayor or the owner of the town or something, but the town is called Monroeville and her surname is Monroe. So she must have some kind of position of power in this town, and she doesn't really seem to be a very pleasant character from what we see. So the spell fits her into the evil queen trope. You know, she is in a position of power and she's not very nice. So that's why we see her in this costume. She has been affected by the spell and is now fitting into this evil queen persona. And we also see that she looks like she has some kind of like goons or something, and they're definitely gonna be like her servants or the people who do her dirty work, you know, when they are affected by the spell. And I'm just gonna make a complete guess on what Malvina's role is going to be in this story, but I feel like she's probably gonna get powers. I feel like she's going to be basically the next Queen Nerissa. Queen Nerissa Part 2. Queen Nerissa with a worse wig, basically. But she'll either get powers or she will have some kind of presence, some kind of power that she's gained by being this evil queen now. And what I think is going to happen is she is going to try and entice Giselle into this wicked stepmother role. She's going to try and get Giselle to like this, because we see Giselle realizes that she's done something wrong, and I do feel like Malvina is going to be like, no, this is great, look at what you've become, look how much power you have now, and all this. And the reason why Malvina would be doing this is because she likes the power that the spell gave her, and she doesn't want Giselle to want to reverse it, because then Malvina would lose what she has gained. So she's gonna try and get Giselle to like being under the spell, so that Malvina can continue being in the spell as well. I feel like that's really gonna be her role. I have another theory about Morgan. I feel like she might be jealous of Giselle, as if Morgan always wanted to be this fairy tale princess, but she has Giselle who seemingly threw it all away and didn't want it. And I feel like Morgan might be a bit spiteful about that. Morgan might be a little bit jealous because she wanted that, and her stepmother is someone who threw it all away. And we see a scene where Morgan is with Nancy, and Nancy is singing, and there's all this stuff flying about, and what it looks like is Nancy is like, oh yeah, being a princess is great, being in the fairy tale world, it's so good, being a princess is so good. And so that's just gonna make Morgan want it even more. I do feel like Nancy's role with Morgan is going to be similar to Malvina's role with Giselle, in the sense that Nancy will be egging Morgan on, telling her, oh yeah, it's so great being a fairy tale princess. This is what you deserve to be a princess. And I'm not saying that this means that Nancy will become an antagonistic role, but I'm just saying that this is potentially what she could be doing in terms of her relationship with Morgan. But Morgan is going to have character development in this film, I believe, because we see a scene where she's being locked up by her wicked stepmother Giselle and being pushed into a well and being damsel in distress, wrapped up in all these vines and whatever. And the reason why she is such a target to Giselle is because, yes, Morgan is now under the spell as well. She is fitting into the fairy tale princess archetype, which means she is going to be treated badly by every antagonistic trope ever, including the wicked stepmother. And Morgan is going to see this and maybe realise that maybe it isn't good being a princess. Yes, it's lovely wearing the dresses and living in a castle and getting the prince and all of this, but she's going to realise that the price for that is too high. She's going to realise that if she wants to be a princess, she's also going to have to go through hell from her stepmother. She's also going to have to be the damsel in distress, because those are the more negative things that come with that archetype. And she is going to realise that and then see why she shouldn't be a princess and why Giselle gave that up. And in the end, that's going to make Giselle and Morgan's bond stronger now that they have this mutual understanding of what they left behind and why. And it looks like Morgan's probably is going to fall in love with Malvina's son. Malvina's son, he doesn't really get a lot of screen time in the trailer, but we see him in this prince kind of outfit. So he's going to obviously fit into our Prince Charming archetype, and she obviously being the princess archetype, they're gonna hit it off. And I feel like he's gonna save her because she has to be the damsel in distress, obviously, because we see them running down a hall together. So yes, they're definitely being saved, and they run out into the village and we see all the vines growing everywhere from Giselle's magic, I guess is a callback to Maleficent and the thorns. And there is a ball at the end of the movie, I can confirm, because of just how much we even see the outside of a ball, and then we see Giselle in a ballroom and they all look like the same scene because she is wearing the same outfit, which is the outfit on the front cover. And yeah, I feel like that is all I have. That is all I have. That's all I really had to say to that, honestly. But yeah, it was just my main theories of Morgan's emotional character development and also what role Malvina is going to play. Because those two things weren't really touched on in the trailer, but I do feel like the trailer still give me enough food for thought to be able to come to these conclusions myself. So if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your love and suggestions down in the comments below. I will leave the trailer reaction here, and I will also link it in the description. Make sure to like and subscribe, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to react to the Enchanted movie, and I'm also going to react to Disenchanted when it comes out. So make sure to subscribe and click the bell notifications so you do not miss that. Lovelies. And yes, I will see you all there, I guess. Bye bye!